We are back with Daily Day Trades YouTube, where we go over important market news, review the trades that we made and why we made them, what we're looking to buy tomorrow, and the plan as the weeks goes on. If you like stocks, subscribe to get these quick recaps and watch lists every day. Oh, and if you could like the video, that would be cool because no one ever does. Friday is the most important day this week because we have this March unemployment report in the morning, but we have some news with big implications over the last few days. First off, on Monday, we had the Saudis and Russians announce that they're both cutting oil production, which sent oil futures rocketing. Last I checked, the crude futures were up to $81, probably more, and that is why we have XOM calls. I guess Biden's fist bump strategy did not go as exactly as he hoped. Regardless, this may add to the fear of an inflation-fueled recession. We've already seen recently what happens when oil prices get out of hand. Oil goes up, CPI goes up, economic growth slows down, interest rates go up to curb that inflation. That slows down economic growth more. So yeah, it's not terribly good news for anyone. And speaking of interest rates, the Aussies, which have been more aggressive than the US with monetary tightening, decided not to raise rates anymore for now. This may signal that the US is done for a bit too, seeing as the worries are shifting from inflation to a lack of economic growth. It's essentially a catch-22 right now, and all of the typical Fed options will likely hurt consumers either way. Europe is much worse off though, so don't go off saying, oh, well, I heard this guy on YouTube and he said the American financial system sucks. Everyone is just a little screwed right now. So Richard Branson's Virgin Orbit is laying off 85% of its employees after failing to secure more funding, and they are filing for Chapter 11, aka bankruptcy. They were kind of like a Walmart brand SpaceX anyways. I think everyone kind of saw this one coming. Now, let's get into the trades from today. First of all, reminder, there is a link below that gives you access to this Discord. It's got all sorts of cool stuff, and it's completely free to try, and you can cancel even during the free trial, and, well, I won't ramble on about it. The link below explains it all. Read that if you're interested. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I forgot the mother freaking bird of the day. So the bird of the day is the sandhill crane. Jeez, look at that guy. Pretty impressive stuff right there. Okay, now into the open trades and our plan with those. We picked up some Neo puts yesterday because they look to be turning around again in that downward direction. And it's almost a tradition at this point to short Neo because it's always going down. So I sold a couple of those yesterday for 15%. Was pretty disappointed in that, but today we sold all except 2 for 106, which gave us 65%. So that play is completely risk-free going into the last couple days before expiration. I think they're up more than 65% now, but I have not checked since the market closed. Also, I tried to get into the AMC fund here, but I ended up selling it before it even hit the stop loss because it was just not cooperating. I posted that I was going to buy some puts with the daily expiration if SPY broke through this line. I did not end up actually posting the trade because typically those go by really quick. This was not an exception. It did break through that line. I bought them for a second. I sold some for a gain, and then I actually sold some for a loss up here. It looks like it wouldn't be a loss, but since it is daily expiration, they deteriorate pretty quickly. So that was overall a win, but not a very big one. I got some ZI inputs to hedge against the shares that we bought yesterday. The idea here is that if it does continue to go down, which I kind of hope it does, then I'll have these puts, I'll cash those out, and then I'll buy more shares. So it's like averaging down with kind of like house money, but I didn't buy that many. But if it does go down quite a bit, then that will be able to buy quite a few shares, especially since the price will be lower. Now, I really like this one. Peloton has been on a run lately, at least for them, and this is another stock that I short like once a week because it's garbage. I almost got put leaps yesterday, but decided against it because I think I was just going with my bias of thinking that they suck. Ended up going with June 16th, $9 puts. I only spent $150 on those because I'm planning on holding it through earnings, which is May 23rd, and I'm doing that regardless of what happens. So if they go to zero even before then, I'm still going to hold on to them, see what happens. They're going to pretty much be held until their expiration in mid-June. Hopefully they don't magically find a way to cure cancer or something. They still lose $250 million a quarter, so we should be fine. The daily swing trade ideas are back. If you're in the group, you already saw the full explanation for ZIM yesterday up here. I will save that for now. Today, the focus was on UTSL. It's a 3-time leverage utilities ETF, and it was trading over 3 times its typical volume today because basically any goods or service that affects cost of living, those are going up right now. So electric and energy companies in this ETF should not be an exception. And on the technical side, if you look at this chart, It is breaking out of a long-term downtrend that started after energy peaked back in 2022. Now we're seeing it pick back up again, so we might as well make some money on it and then spend that money on the more expensive utilities that we have to pay. I chose this ETF because it's 3 times leverage, but it is made up of some of the largest companies. They don't move very much, but since we do have that leverage, it will make it a little bit quicker of a trade, and my patience is mediocre at best. Moving on to tomorrow, we have earnings from Constellation Brands, STZ, and then Levi. These are the only 2 that I really care about. I don't necessarily have a prediction on either of these, but I do know that the options are very expensive for these. And then Levi, I don't think there's many eyes on that one because it's retail and we kind of always know what we need to know about retail. I don't think there's going to be any surprises there, but if there is, then maybe we'll make a play on that tomorrow. We also need to keep an eye on the financial sector still. We'll just say XLF is a good one to watch because that kind of encompasses all of them. But after the sale of Credit Suisse cheese for like $0, the whole industry has just been rocky. Lots of uncertainty there, and the banks are definitely my biggest fear right now. Another good one is precious metals. That would be a hedge against an economic downturn or inflation. I just chose silver randomly because they've been on such a major run lately. But keep an eye on all the precious metals. You can make some option trades on these iShares ETFs, and they usually have pretty low spreads and work out pretty well. If you want to get these videos every single day, drop a like and subscribe. These kind of suck to make, so just click the stupid button so I feel better about myself. And if you're interested in live trade alerts every single day, there is that link in the description you can read through if you're interested. Once again, it is completely free to try, so really no risk there if we're looking at it from a financial or trading perspective. That's about all I got for today. I will see y'all tomorrow. Oh, if you can't afford the alerts, then talk to me and we'll figure something out. I'm pretty flexible. Okay, bye.